So my girl Solange Knowles tweeted out something that was so important that I hope you read it before I even got a chance to make this video. I hope you already know what I'm going to say. After reading the title of this video, I hope you know what I'm going to be talking. I hope y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? But before I read to you what she said on Twitter, let me just say this. Man, Solange is fine as hell, boy. Man, she's looking like infinity dollars. That is a fine-ass woman. That's a beautiful selfie. And that bathroom, or whatever, I guess it's a bathroom. That's a really beautiful bathroom. Not as beautiful as her, but anyways, I'll be thirsty after I read this. She said, there have only been 2 black winners in the last 20 years for Album of the Year. There have been over 200 black artists who have performed. She's referring to the Grammys. Wow. 2 black winners in 20 years. 200 black artists have performed. Jesus. Isn't that something? Solange is out here slaying trivia. She slays fashion. She slays beauty. She slays music. And now she's slaying trivia too. She must just carry a sword on her back. She's just out here slicing and dicing everything up. But anyways, man, isn't that something? In 20 freaking years, only 2 black artists? Wow. That's crazy. Black people only winning twice out of 20 years at a music award show. It's like white people winning 2 years out of 20 years at an anti-seasoning food contest. That sounded dumb as fuck. Okay, anyways, that was my poor attempt at trying to be funny this video. I should have just stayed being thirsty. At least I'm good at that. Anyway, Solange is fine as hell. I totally agree. And no offense to white people, because you know I love y'all. You know, if I could, I'd be white at least for a day. And I just think that it really sucks that black music is not being recognized the way it deserves to be recognized. There's a lot of people that never won a damn Grammy. If I'm not mistaken, like Tupac never won one, for example. I don't understand how. There's a lot of people, some really weird shit going on with the Grammys. It's a crap show. It's like the Illuminati crap show. And I'm not talking about people say that Beyonce is in the Illuminati. I'm talking about Illuminati as in like a bunch of just elitists that just give the awards to whoever they feel like benefits or behooves them. Like, yeah, we'll give it to this artist this time because of like some sort of like political reasons. A lot of it doesn't have anything to do with talent. A lot of you might say, well, they have a panel of people who vote behind the scenes and that's how it happens. So if those people don't vote for a particular artist to win a Grammy, then, you know, it is what it is. You just did not get the votes. You know, you have to earn it, and it's earned by voting. I personally think some other bullshit is going on behind the scenes. Like, who are these people and how do you become one of them? I mean, can I become one of those people who cast a vote? I mean, I would love to. I mean, I am a blogger. I technically critique music from time to time. You know, I used to do album reviews. I don't really, you know, critique things the way that I used to. I just kind of like make random videos now because that's just what's fun for me. And plus it takes less preparation. I just don't have time, you know, with the amount of different things that are going on for me to prepare, you know, to do album reviews and stuff like that. Like I would like to, like if I had some help, if I had another person, other people working with me, then maybe I could, you know, do even more videos and have time, you know, to think more about what I want to say. Because as far as reviews and stuff like that, you know, you got to make sure that you're on point and know what you're talking about. You got to be able to remember, well, it was this song and at this part of the song this happened and this beat was produced by this person and this is why I like it. You know, there's so many different details that you have to remember and critique to make the album reviews seem interesting and worth listening to or reading. So that's why I don't blog or vlog about stuff like that for the most part. I barely ever talk about this stuff. Plus the record labels are so ridiculous that they'll claim like copyright just for you using a song title in your video sometime. Like they're really like that bold. Like there is no music playing in this video. It's just me talking about it. You're legally allowed to talk about people's music, but like the record labels are really crazy. The music industry is just freaking out of hand, just in general, just in so many different ways. You know, that's why I thank God for Beyonce and Solange, people like that who are great musicians. They're not even just making good music, they're making great music, you know. So thanks to them, you know, they're keeping the music industry alive. The music industry is dying rapidly. But anyways, and honestly, the Grammys is one of the reasons why. You know, we're the black bands. You know, we're the bands in general. At least in so-called urban music. Back in the day, black people played all types of instruments and whatnot, and you don't really see that now. I know a lot of these people do play things in the studio, and you'd be surprised at who plays what. Like, you always see some racist person say something like, rappers just scream into a microphone and hop around on stage. None of them have any musical talent because none of them can play a musical instrument. But I can name a bunch of rappers who actually play instruments, but they play them in the studio on tracks and stuff like that, or they just happen to know how to play an instrument in general. But small-minded people were like, hey, well, whatever I don't see, well, if I don't see something, that means it just doesn't exist, period, because I didn't see it, so therefore it must not be happening. But I've seen things with my own eyes. You'd be surprised at who does what. But anyways, this is all my opinion. What do I know? I'm merely just a thirsty asshole with a microphone. Shout out to Solange with her fine self. Shout out to Beyonce with her fine self. And yeah, the fact that in 20 years only 2 black artists have won the damn album of the year, that lets you know it's kind of like being a quarterback in the NFL. that's the position that actually matters. Like, you see all those black dudes in the NFL, but almost no black quarterbacks for year after year. Because I'm not really into sports, but I noticed this, like, you know, I know very small amount of things about sports. I don't give a shit about sports, but I know that there's almost no black quarterbacks, or at least there was at almost none at one point. And the reason why is because if you win the fucking Super Bowl, the big game, the person that they're going to praise, the person that they're going to give the credit to is the freaking quarterback. That's why there could be 80% black guys in the NFL, but barely any. As a matter of fact, let me go look up the statistic real quick. Oh yeah, I'm going to have to make a separate video about this, but I found an article on, let me see, is it, oh, I hope I don't ruin this name. Let me make sure I get this name right. Matt Ralston's blog, mattralston.net, RALSTON, Matt Ralston. And Matt posted an article in March of 2013, March 26th of 2013 to be exact, and the article was titled, Why There Aren't More Black Quarterbacks in the NFL. Now, let me just read you the beginning of this article just to give you an example of what I'm trying to convey to you here. Just had an argument with a good friend regarding the racial makeup of NFL positions. I find it odd that given the NFL consists of 69% black players and 30% white, that the most important position in all of sports consists of only 21% black quarterbacks. Listen again. 69% black players, 30% white, but 21% of the quarterback position is held by black players. So basically what that's telling you is that whether you want to call them the Illuminati or whoever, the white folks that are behind the scenes, make it count where it counts. See what I'm saying? Like, yeah, all you Negroes can sit up here and play the game all you want. But the person that's going to go down in history, the person that's going to be the face, will be the quarterback. And in music, as far as the Grammys are concerned, since the Grammys is like, you know, the upper echelon of artists, and it's like the pinnacle of music awards, they're like, hey, you Negroes can release all the music you want. The last award that we're going to give out this night, and the most important, the one that really, really counts, is going to be Album of the Year. And there's not going to be too many of you that win it. So it doesn't really matter if you win the best in your personal genre, the best Latin album, the best hip hop album, the best rock album. Whoever gets the Album of the Year was the best of the best. And we'll give it to you here and there. So then that way you can't say there's racism or a conspiracy, because as you can see, black people have won it. But for the most part, we're going to give it to somebody else, preferably a white person, because we're the best. Let this be a lesson to you Negroes. This is why, as much as I love music, and I've dabbled with it myself, I honestly can't say that if I was ever up for a Grammy Award because I produced something for somebody, or I wrote something for somebody, or I was on a track, or what, I honestly can't say that I would attend the damn Grammys, because I already know what it is. Back in Was it the 80s or the early 90s? Let me look this up real quick before I say it. Okay, I'm back. The Grammys did not air rap categories for the award show on television until the year 1990. And that was after the 1989 boycott with Will Smith or The Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff. So there you go. They wouldn't even air it on TV. So what does that let you guys know? That lets you know that as far as black music is concerned, even when, I mean, rap was popular in the 80s. And it took till Will Smith, Jazzy Jeff, and some other artists boycotted the Grammys, which Jay-Z has done in history as well, in music history. It took them saying, you know what, we're not even going to attend the award show. If you're not going to air us accepting our award, like if I'm not mistaken, Will Smith said something to the effect of, it's like going to school for 12 years and then they don't let you walk down the aisle to get your diploma, basically, which is true. I mean, you put in all of that work and then they're like, screw you, basically. So they've let us know for years, sometimes in subtle ways, sometimes in very aggressive ways, that they just don't respect us. They don't respect our music, and it is what it is, people. That's why I say, hey, instead of bitching and moaning and complaining about it, I mean, look at what black people said. Black people were like, well, hey, you know, they don't want to, you know, the Oscars, they're not doing black people right. Come on now, look at what they did. They gave Denzel Washington an award for playing a crooked cop in a movie. They gave Halle Berry an award for playing a Negro bedwench. That, if I'm not mistaken, was it Monsters Ball? Didn't she sleep with like the man who killed her husband or something stupid like that? It was some dumb shit in that movie. And then let me see. Of course, I'm talking about Denzel Washington's Training Day from like 2001, if I'm not mistaken. And then they had the 3 6 Mafia come on there and perform It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp from the Hustle and Flow movie starring Terrence Howard and Taraji P. Henson. And I'm like, really? It's hard out here for a pimp? You have some black folks come on there and perform that bullshit? So it's like, you know, white folks that are on code and that are in the know do their white supremacy shuffle when they feel like it. And that's why I say, first, wait, let me just say this though. Fucking BET Awards is better than all these other awards anyway. I mean, we shit on BET all we want, and it may be white owned, but apparently they had a lot of Negroes working there, because BET sometimes will put on a show. They killed it with the New Edition movie. They killed it with some of their recent award shows in the past few years or so. And we really need to start looking towards black media, because nobody's going to cover black music the way that black people will. So stop worrying about the Grammys. Stop worrying about the Oscars. Black people support black people. And before I go, I know I said this before. I got to say it again about silently boycotting. I'm going to give you guys an example. When a white person or a non-black person in general opens a business, black people will come and frequent that business. They'll frequent it sometimes more than white people will, especially if you put it in the hood. Forget about it. But when black people open a business, white people will not go there and not spend their money. It's a silent boycott. Asians won't go there. Anybody who's not black, for the most part, will not fucking shop there unless it just happens to be there in their neighborhood. But they will definitely not go out of their way to shop there the way that black people will support white businesses and support basically white anything. It's just something to think about. Everybody else boycotted your black asses. So, you know, figure it out if you can. Anyways, because people are speaking with their money and with their feet. They're walking away. And they've been doing it for decades. Just something to freaking think about. And don't think because they like to see you entertain them sometime that means that you're winning and that means that they love you. Just something to think about. Anyways, this is all my opinion. What do I know? Just an asshole with a microphone. Let me know what you think about it all below. Be sure to subscribe to the Meat Magazine YouTube channels. Visit meatmagazine.blogspot.com for more. Follow me on Twitter, Meat Magazine, Meat Magazine 7 on Google+, Meat Magazine blog on Instagram.